Good morning. Just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of my new Super73 S1. I received it yesterday and been doing a couple of modifications to it. A few things I've upgraded and changed. So the bike came pretty much fully built. All I needed to do was actually put the handlebars on and install the pedals. But so I've upgraded, first of all, as you can notice, the seat. The seat has a little bit extended reach, as well as a little bit more comfort to it. It seems pretty comfortable. Got this from Go Power Sports, and I will link the information for this in the comments. I got this Blackburn bag. It's been a very nice bag, fits perfectly. If you loosen the screws up on the battery holder, you can slip some Velcro. I bought some green, like camo Velcro pieces here that you can see just to match the bike. Again, I'll have a lot of this information in the comments in the description here. I got these little black pegs. My intention was to put them down in a hole down here where there used to be a peg, but looks like they've made some modifications to it since this is brand new here in July of 2019. So I took one of the screws out that holds the rack on and then just mounted it through that hole, and seems to be pretty good. If you got someone sitting on the back, at least they got somewhere to put their feet, and if the bike takes a spill, that will stop it before it hits the ground. So kind of a dual purpose there. Just got these LED lights from Meyer, believe it or not. They were about 15 bucks a piece, so I got them from Meyer. They run on AAA batteries, and you can change the colors of the lights. So I figured at nighttime I will turn them on green or red or whatever I feel like, I guess. For safety, it probably should be red, but we'll see. So that was just mounted with some tie wraps and little rubber straps. They came with these rubber straps here, and I elected to put a couple tie wraps and then the rubber straps over the top of them. Tie wraps in the back, rubber straps across the front, so hopefully they'll never fall off. I can change the battery pretty easily just on the side. I did paint my chain guard cover with a matte black, Rust-Oleum matte black for heavy industrial usage. And I noticed it gets a little dirty, grimy. I ended up picking up some matte clear coat, so I'm gonna probably take that back off and throw some matte clear coat on it. Upgraded to these Bontrager pedals. They're a really high-end, nice quality pedal, about 25 bucks a piece. I bought these at a local bike shop here, but they're green, so they match. And I wanted to have a little bit better pedal just for gription on your feet. The ones that come with are kind of plasticky and plastic nubs. These have some steel grip into your shoes. So I got this Claron speaker slash phone answerer slash SD card. It's got an SD card in it where you can throw some music on it and then play it right off the SD card, so you're not relying on your phone for Bluetooth. It will do Bluetooth, and it will do an SD card. It will do an aux input, and it has a pretty cool feature. The reason I ended up going with this, first of all, it's very loud. I was surprised how loud it is and how clear it is, and I can literally feel the bass thumping on my foot from this thing. I'm driving, I'm thinking, man, is there something wrong with this bike? And then I stop for a minute, and I'm like, wow, the bass is thumping right on my foot. So that was pretty cool. It has this little switch, which is actually kind of cool. You can change songs, change folders. If you hold down the middle button, it'll change the folder of the album music that you have in it. And you can switch between different artists or just different songs within the artist. It's got this horn. It's actually pretty cool. Let me turn it on here real quick. And I liked it just because of the horn. So So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's got a little horn. So that was the horn. Did get these lizard skin grips. I got these just for, I guess, aesthetics, and they do feel a little bit grippier, I guess. They have a open end because I will be getting some mirrors to add to it, and those are on the way, little halfly round mirrors you can flip up, down. I thought I wouldn't need them, but honestly, driving through the city and with cars and things like that, I thought I could just look behind, but man, a mirror I think would be a lot better. So I'm definitely gonna get mirrors and put them in the sides, both sides here. This GLB +6 phone holder, man, this thing is rock solid. I've locked it up to the handlebars and locked this pivot. You can pivot it 180 degrees either way. So I've decided, just after riding a couple times, to leave it straight and fit your phone real nice in there, and kind of tightens up. Had no issues, went 20 miles and came back and not a single issue. So that's the phone holder. Down here I've got this new light housing, which again I'll put a link for. This was kind of a project, probably the longest thing I did to upgrade the bike. It took me a long time. So I took the LED light out of the hole there, and you have to trim that LED light and the LED light cover all the way down to fit into that hole, and it's a long process. If you don't have a good set of snippers and a good like serrated file to try and file off some of that, it's or just maybe a sander, belt sander or something like that, where you can knock off some material pretty quick. You'll be there for a while changing that out. But I couldn't mount it up here, so I decided to mount it through the hole that holds the fender. I actually open that hole and put that right through there. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to make a bracket, a 3-hole bracket with the center post welded in the middle of it, and I'm gonna make a specific piece in the center that raises it up 2 inches. So I'd like it to be up about 2 inches higher. So it's a little bit low for me. I want to be about 2 inches higher so I can point it down towards the ground. Right now it's kind of pointing straight. I want it pointing towards the ground a little bit more. So I'm gonna make a special piece for that, and I'll do another video once I get that made and installed. By that time I'll probably have the mirrors as well, and probably other upgrades, because you know how we are with upgrades in our Super 73. So added my Marine Corps badge there. My son is a Marine, and I always like to represent as often as possible, so that's my Marine Corps represent. And last, I guess, would be these Kryptonite front wheel locks. Again, I'll put links to all of this in the description. This is a Kryptonite wheel lock, so you cannot take these off. You have to actually flip the bike upside down, and then you can take it off. So it's a deterrent. Of course, there's nothing that'll stop everything, but it's a deterrent. So I do have a nice ABUS bar lock coming that I will mount underneath the seat and the 2 little posts underneath there. And I do have some new V-tire road tires coming to replace these tires out. I will be doing some modifications inside. I'll be putting some green backing tape there in the holes, so you'll see green through the holes. You'll get some new street tires. I will do the liner recommendation that was recommended by another guy here on YouTube, to cut the tire liner down a little bit and use some Gorilla Tape around the inside to prevent flats. A little couple of issues I've heard of online. So other than that, I mean, I think that's about it for now. And of course I'll be doing more upgrades, and I'll make another video when I've got those completed. But overall, this thing has been great. I charged it fully and went on a 20-mile ride. Honestly, when you're on the trails, you don't need more than eco mode, 18 to 20 miles an hour. This thing is surprisingly fast, 24, 25 miles an hour, which you can hit all day long if you're on a flat road. Maybe an average of about 23, but that's fast. It's faster than you think. When you're riding it and you're out and about, you're like, wow, I actually would prefer to go a little slower. sometimes, unless you're on like a really flat ground. But also, the last thing is just, it's recommended to put 35 pounds of pressure in the tires. I put 30, thinking that would be good, and it seemed very rough and bouncy, and kind of like blowing up a basketball. You know, any bump you hit, you're just bouncing all over the place. So I dropped it down to 25, and it seems to be a marked difference. Of course, they say you lose a little speed, you lose a little mileage on your charge, but like I said, I went 20 miles through a trail, and 10 miles there, 10 miles back, maybe 22 miles. I still had like 3 bars of battery left. Most of the ride was on eco mode. Like I said, it's plenty fast on the trail, so make sure you get yourself a good set of gloves. You always want to wear gloves when you ride. Some people wear helmets, some people don't. I don't. Maybe I'm a rebel, but I at least wear gloves. So if I take a spill, I'm gonna skin up my gloves and not my hands. You got to use your hands to do your work. So of course you need your head too, so you can yell at me in the comments, that's okay. But nevertheless, it's a Super 73. I'm having a riot. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Oh, don't forget to like my video. You can share it off if you want to. If you don't like it, make sure you hit that dislike button twice. Thanks, buddy. See ya.